Hello and welcome
And we're
back.
back.
We're
We've
back
been too long break.
after hiatus. I don't remember the last time that we streamed, but welcome back. Welcome
Yeah,
back. How
I
you
think
doing?
it
How
was,
you doing?
summertime.
Oh yeah,
I'm all right.
I like your shirt.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for swag from the new place. It's a little dirty, but that's okay.
Yeah. Did you read my shirt?
Oh, I should have got the same one. We could have been shirt buddies. I
Well,
can go
it
grab it.
it oh well it's okay. I had a chance to make a sarcastic comment. Already did.
Yeah, I have to wear that next week.
Oh
Wear
yeah.
that next week. Um,
Oh yeah. I'm gonna close that
all
one.
right, so gonna do. Gonna do. Sort of made a little less time this time.
Oh,
So I think the purpose is.
yep.
Huh?
Go on. How long you want to go for? Is what I was gonna
The
say.
purpose is. I think I booked it for an hour and a half, so we'll see how long we go for. But I think the objective is we do this one until you get your solution architect, and then we call it. And after that, you're on your own.
Already?
Um, so that's the objective of this thing is to however many weeks it takes for you to get your solution architect certification.
Yep, I'm aiming for December. I want to try and do it before the end of the year, if it's possible.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think it's possible. You've been okay, so uh, you've been doing it a little bit, but sort of sporadically, a little bit here and
Yeah.
there.
Mm,
Yeah, because I haven't
accurate.
been doing any. I haven't been doing any, so everything will be everything will be review for me.
Hmm.
Um, so how do you want to do this? You've been doing the Udemy's. You just want to go through the.
Probably just go through the tutorial dojo. Um,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes
s-
sense.
s-
Keep doing the same thing we were doing before, and
yeah,
then
and
if you need
yeah.
if you need support and background, then you can do homework with Udemy stuff.
Oh, sure. Well, I'll probably go like now that I've kind of watched most of the Udemy stuff, but
Yeah,
I haven't been doing awesome on the quizzes because I've been doing it like while I'm doing other stuff, so I haven't been really
yeah,
focusing.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but what I really want to focus on with that is going back through it because I already know a lot of the. It's sort of hard because I already know a lot of the basics. So,
yeah,
like I'll hear something and get bored, and then my mind wanders. And but what I want to do is go back through it, watch it, do all the hands-ons, and look at the reviews, and then I think I'll be good after that because it's a 26 and a half hour course, so there's
yeah, yeah. It's long, but yeah,
lots of
it's not
information.
true. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's fair enough. And there's a good overview of the 5 pillars of excellence or whatever right at the end of the course that I was just looking at it like an hour ago,
yeah.
which was cool. You know.
So the most uh, knowing the VPC stuff inside out and backwards is
Mm,
one of the tips that they give you.
yeah, and that's the longest part of the course. I'm gonna go through that again for sure.
Yeah, and one of the things we should do too, which was my mistake, uh, Amazon and like the training courses, they have like a system prep thing
Mm,
or exam prep thing, where you can go through. And when I took it, can't remember which one I took and failed, but I took one and I did take it a couple of times to pass it, but um, took it. I think it was the solution architect one. I took
mm,
it, went back home. Like that night, I found the prep exams,
yeah.
and four of the questions that I had that like I failed it by 2 or 3 questions. Like
Oh,
it
that
was six
sucks.
ninety nine or something like that. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. Don't
So
feel
if I'd watched the exam prep, I would have passed. All right,
don't
so let's get
don't
going.
don't feel bad. My colleague got 1,000 out of 1,000 on his AWS certified professional, and then there is a statistical anomaly, so they invalidated his exam that he did from
I
home.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Uh, yeah,
And he'd appeal that.
he did appeal it, and he's still working on it. Just going, I feel like I've been robbed because I studied. I can do it again right now. Like,
Yeah,
send me to a testing center, test me again, but don't charge me because I'll get
yeah,
a
yeah.
thousand out of
You
a
guys
thousand
pay for it.
again.
I'll prove it. Yeah, yeah. Challenge
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Is to be honest, I don't believe anybody's capable of getting 1,000, but that's
yeah.
probably why they
Well,
invalidated it.
and
But
then we looked at it, and it like I looked up a lot of it, and it's like if you're, like I did my exam from home, and I was very, very careful to stare at my computer monitor and not let my eyes wander off like this,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
reading notes around. Okay, but I
yeah, yeah.
think when I take tests and I do things, and I'm thinking I look around like that normally, but I'm like
With everybody.
they're gonna think I'm looking at notes on the wall or something. And there's AI, there's a machine looking at you that decides if they think you're cheating or not by with the way
Yeah,
your
yeah,
eyes are moving. And
yeah.
they can't give exact details or whatever. So he's escalating it. So well, hopefully he's been studying a long time though. So like he's been studying for 2 years for it or something. But
Yeah, yeah.
well,
It's under,
poor guy. Hopefully he'll get.
yeah.
Hopefully he'll win his appeal. If he's allowed to challenge it and do it again, awesome. That would be the solution that I would like to see. And then if he fails it, then he'll have to pay for it himself.
That's the that
That's what I.
that
That's what I
seems
would do.
reasonable.
Huh?
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. I don't know if they do that, but that's what I would like to see happen
I've been, yeah, they
for
might.
him.
It's like, yeah, I can do it again. Anyway, let's
Hey, let's focus on us, on me.
see if you can get it. See if you can get 1,000.
Yeah. Okay. You want to just do review mode?
Yeah.
Let's just do review mode because it's been a while and just want it goes
Review
through.
mode because it's easy and it's been a while, like that guy said.
Yep. Word. Word to your monkey. Review mode, set one. Sounds groovy. What do you mean resume quiz? Resume quiz. We're on question 7. Oh yeah, look at this.
I think we were trying to plow through a bunch at the end.
Okay, let's restart this. I'm gonna just take
Yeah.
just gonna take the hit on this one. I'll take it on the nose and then restart
It
this
doesn't
one.
matter.
Of course. So go practice exams, review mode again. Okay, please try again. Okay.
Oh, there it is. I needed to find the poop out menu.
Oh, so you can see the questions. Okay.
Yeah.
This is 65 questions, so you don't have to finish them all today. But let's read.
No, well, actually, let's do our go against our thing and do them slowly and with quality and methodically rather than try to plow
Yeah,
through.
we're not going to try to finish them all. I'm thinking if we do it properly, we'll probably get through 15.
It's not a race.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
All
right.
And okay, a company is using a combination of API Gateway and Lambda for the web services of the online web portal that is being accessed by hundreds of thousands of clients each day. They will be announcing a new revolutionary product, and it's expected that the web portal will receive a massive number of visitors around the globe. How can you protect the back-end systems and applications from traffic spikes? Deploy multi-AZ and API gateway with read replica.
Yeah, I think that's the. Oh,
I'll tell you the reasoning unless you have another thing. Just tell me what you think.
I don't know much about it. I've never used API Gateway. The yeah, I have no idea.
Well, it's just because it says it's going to receive a massive number of visitors from around the globe. How can you protect the back-end systems and applications from traffic spikes? Just deploy
Yeah, the
multiple
way
AZ
that's
and
written.
API gateway with read replicas.
Yeah, the way that's written, though, I would actually answer this for. I think, but
API
I don't know much
gateway
about
will
API Gateway.
automatically scale and handle massive traffic spikes, so you do not have to do anything.
I think that's like a marketing sales answer. So it'd be C or D. Yeah, it'd be
Hundreds of
like 50. I'd flip
thousands
up.
of clients each day. Deploy multi-AZ and API gateway with read replica.
The read replica thing is more for databases.
Well, if API gateway does this automatically,
Yeah,
this would be true, right? The Boolean value, that would be true.
yeah.
But if that's not true, then it's this one. So if the Boolean
So
value is false, it's this one. If it's true, it's this one.
correct.
So let's do age before beauty or beauty before age, however that goes.
I know we had the same. We had the same beard. Not even correct.
Oh, we both
Not
did it.
even close. We were so confident though.
Amazon
We're like,
API Gateway provides throttling, which I didn't know, at multiple levels, including global and by a service call. Throttling limits can be set for standard rates and bursts. For example, API owners can set a rate limit of 1,000 requests per second for a specific method in their REST APIs, and also configure Amazon API Gateway to handle a burst of 2,000 requests per second for a few seconds. As requests over the limit will receive a 429 HTTP response, the client's SDKs generated by Amazon API Gateway retry calls automatically when met with this response. Hence, the correct answer is use throttle limits API Gateway. Okay. The option
yeah.
says that it'll scale. You do not have to do anything is incorrect. Although it can scale using edge locations, you will need to configure throttling to further manage the burst of your APIs. Fair enough. And then manually upgrading, I didn't think that at all is incorrect because it's a fully
So
managed service. And then mine that I answered was is incorrect because RDS has multiple AZ and web replica capabilities, not API gateway. So it's just not part of it. All right,
yeah,
fine,
it's a database thing.
fair enough. Okay. A company is in the process of migrating their applications to AWS. One of their systems requires a database that can scale globally and handle frequent schema changes. The application should not have any downtime or performance issues when there is a schema change in the database. It should also provide a low latency response to high traffic queries. Which is the most suitable database solution to achieve this requirement?
Well, let's go elimination here. It's not Redshift because it doesn't say
Redshift is data warehousing. Yeah, correct.
data warehousing. Yeah. Amazon DynamoDB is the serverless database, so it's not that. Oh,
Maybe
if it is that.
low
Should not have any down. Oh, actually, yeah.
latency, right?
That one. It's Amazon DB because that's one of the features, or Amazon DynamoDB, because that's one of the features of a. That's one of the features of a NoSQL database.
Yeah, and I
is
agree.
that there is no schema.
Yeah, SQL. Yep, fair. That's what I
Frequent
thought.
schema changes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. 50-50.
25%. I like doing some of those quizzes when I haven't really been paying attention, and I get 3 of 4 wrong in a row, and it happens. When I get flustered, it happens regularly. And like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I deep down know the answer.
It's frustration, and I do the same thing.
Because the likelihood of there's a 25% chance you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Like at some point, and it goes higher each time you get it wrong. Like it'll be 25, then 33, then a little, and then 50-50. So I need to settle down when I'm doing quizzes. So I settle down when I do tests.
Well, so I think that's just a general rule. In general, is if you don't have a focused time where you can put your headphones on and do like a session.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to do it to think that your what is your subconscious mind is gonna get it
Yeah,
if you keep doing it while you're doing other things.
that's
I don't
fair.
think that works. I don't think that works.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Um,
because I've done that, sit there and go through it 100 times and uh, keep getting the same mistakes over and over again. Let's go for
true,
a walk.
true. It's fair.
All right, next.
Sorry, next one. Question 3. A company plans to launch an Amazon EC2 instance in a private subnet for its internal corporate web portal. For security purposes, the EC2 instance must send data to Amazon DynamoDB and Amazon S3 via private endpoints that don't pass through the public internet. Which of the following could meet the above requirements?
So it's got to send something from EC to
it's
Amazon DB and S3.
They're all of the questions end with S3 and DynamoDB private endpoints. All access to S3. They all end with all access. So now we're looking at use VPC endpoints to root all, use VPN Cloud Hub to root all, use AWS Transit Gateway to root all, use AWS Direct Connect.
I think I know what it is. I know what it's not.
Okay, what's it?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure it's not Direct Connect. Pretty sure it's not Transit Gateway.
Why? But explain why.
Transit Gateway is for making your VPC is able to talk to each other without doing a topology. Too hard to explain, and I haven't had a long. Transit Gateway is a specific thing that you can go out.
Can you get to the public internet with the Transit Gateway? Is the question.
I think so.
So. And Direct Connect is
Direct Connect's just a pipe.
Cloud Hub.
Well, Direct Connect might be right, but it's like Direct Connect is like a fiber connection straight into Amazon through like a third party, a Direct Connect seller, a Direct Connect connector.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So virtual private cloud or a VPN Cloud Hub. Which one of those do you think it is?
I actually think it's VPC endpoints.
Yeah, me too. Because it's a virtual private cloud.
With the endpoints that's important.
Endpoints to route to private endpoints. So it's private endpoints to private endpoints. Private endpoints to private or via private endpoints. So let's try that. That's what you think?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Mugford Skunkar. And we are correct.
Yeah.
VPC endpoint, I just want to read this, allows you to
privately connect.
Yeah, we're not rushing. A VPC endpoint allows you to privately connect your VPC to supported AWS and VPC endpoint services powered by AWS Private Link without needing a gateway, an internet gateway, NAT computer, VPN connection, or AWS Direct Connect connection. Instances in your VPC do not require public IP addresses to communicate with resources in this service. Traffic between your VPC and other services do not leave the Amazon network. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. All right, cool.
Yeah, endpoints are a big deal.
Hey, guess what I convinced them to buy me at work today?
Recognition camera.
No. That'd be too cool. No, a stair stepper. So I can...
Oh, nice.
For my stand-up desk, because I'm like, I actually pulled out the line because I was getting frustrated because people were making fun of me in my company improvement suggestion, and I said, "A fit employee is a productive employee. This is important." That just like came out of my mouth, and then I'm like, and then after everybody stopped laughing, I I was, boss, will you, like, can I order this thing? It's not very expensive. Yes, I will pay for that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Reduce my anxiety
I
at work.
actually want to get one. My back is killing me.
Yeah,
And
just get your steps in while
so
you're at your desk, right? Because if you stand
yeah,
up at your desk too long, your feet hurt. So you want to get the blood
even a
flowing back up.
even a treadmill under the desk would be good.
Yeah, there's a little ones like for old people, that little pedals,
Yeah, yeah.
so you
So the
could
one I
just sit
saw,
there.
is like an actual computer desk, foldable treadmill.
Yeah.
So you put up the when you're done with it, you put the treadmill part up.
Mm.
But it's a desk.
That's
Maybe it's
cool.
a desk. Anyway, yeah. Right,
So,
Nick.
okay, question 4. A solutions architect needs to set up a relational database and come up with a disaster recovery plan to mitigate multi-region failure. The solution requires recovery point objective of 1 second and a recovery time objective of less than 1 minute. Which of the following AWS services can fulfill this requirement? Multi-region, maybe this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes more sense
Aurora,
to
I
me, but
don't.
let's review it
Global
because
Accelerator is an accelerator. I don't think that has anything to do with this.
no, I don't think so either.
Amazon, Dynamic,
Mm,
DynamoDB,
I don't know.
Global Table.
I don't know anything about that. I know about
That
this, but not this. Or sorry,
yeah.
this.
I don't remember if DynamoDB is a global service or not. I think relational database. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it can't be
Yeah.
Dynamo tables if it's a relational
Oh yeah, that's
database.
serverless anyway. And
Yeah, and I
set
don't
up.
think that's a thing. I don't think Aurora Global.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, because it's a relational database, RDS, and then it's a multi-region failure,
Yeah, cross region.
and then read replicas are returned to operation. If you have read replicas, they'll come back up fast. So
Yeah, they'll come back in
do
1 second.
yeah, literally, return recovery
Yeah,
point objective. Nope, I was wrong. Fuck,
global
man.
database.
So
God
how
damn.
come I'm
I don't
wrong
know what.
about that? It's incorrect because it's stated in the scenario the solutions architect needs to create a relational database and not a NoSQL database.
Yeah,
Oh,
we said that.
that's not the one I picked. I picked this one. Okay. Is incorrect because multi-AZ deployment is only applicable inside a single region. Ah, not in a multi-region setup. I must have misread the question.
Oh, yeah, okay. I knew that actually.
Okay. Whoops. Yeah, so did I. Duh. Okay.
So what's Amazon Global Database? What the hell's that? I don't even know what.
Why don't we read about it? Amazon Aurora Global Database is designed for globally distributed applications, allowing a single Amazon Aurora database to span multiple AWS regions. It replicates your data with no impact on database performance, enables fast local reads with low latency in each region, and provides disaster recovery from Aurora Global Database, supports storage-based replication, and has a latency of less than 1 second. That's good knowledge. If there is an unplanned outage, one of the secondary regions you assign can be promoted to read and write capabilities in less than a minute. The feature is called Cross-Region Disaster Recovery. An RPO of 1 second and an RTO of less than 1 minute provides you a strong foundation for a global business continuity plan. Hence, the correct answer is Amazon Aurora Global Database. I'm going to remember
AKA,
that from now on as AG.
AKA, give me all your money.
Word.
I don't imagine that's cheap.
No, that would be very expensive. Question 5. An online medical category, CSAA, design secure applications and architectures. An online medical system hosted in AWS stores sensitive personally identifiable information, or PII, of the users in an Amazon S3 bucket Both the master keys and unencrypted data should never be sent to AWS to comply with the strict compliance and regulatory requirements of the company. Which S3 encryption technique should the architect use? Well, I think it would be that one.
No. Both the master key and the unencrypted data should never be sent to AWS.
Is KMS AWS?
That's key management service.
But it like is KMS a AWS service or is it?
Yeah. Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
KMS is a thing.
Yeah, or is it like I was just wondering if this could mean a third party. That's all I was wondering. That's
well, I think it's
AWS.
What I'm focusing on is both the master keys and unencrypted data should never be sent to AWS to comply with strict blah 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 blah. So in order to use KMS with the customer master key, you would have to send the customer master key to KMS. So that's a no.
Yeah.
I think.
So
and then that's a no as well, I believe. So I think it's actually the second one. Just use a KMS key that Amazon gives you.
You think it's this one?
I think it's that one, yeah. Could be wrong. I've been wrong like every time so far.
Well, because I've just been doing the Udemy course.
Yeah. You think it's
I was paying attention to the security one because I just was focusing on it. And online medical system hosting AWS or this, right? And the S3 bucket, both the master keys and the unencrypted data should never be sent to AWS.
Yeah.
So the client side is encrypted, then it goes into the S3 bucket, right? And then it gets decrypted by the customer. In AWS, it's never seen. It's impossible to see it. The client creates it, and then the client they encrypt it and they decrypt it. AWS, nothing.
They have no idea because they don't have the key. All right.
Nothing happens up here. So
might be four.
Think it's this one.
No.
But and the only other thing is if it's a third party and they've provided the key management service, and that's if that's an AWS thing.
Yeah, KMS is AWS thing.
So I'm going to go with my guess because I'm pretty sure. I'm
okay.
I'm 70% confident. Yeah.
Nice.
Yay! I'm a security guy.
Yeah. No good. What's it say?
Okay, so we're client-side encryption is the act of encrypting data before sending it to Amazon S3. To enable client-side encryption, you have the following options. Use an AWS KMS managed customer master key or use a client-side master key. When using an AWS KMS managed master key to enable client-side data encryption, you provide AWS KMS customer master key ID, so the CMK ID, to AWS. On the other hand, when you use client-side master key for the client data-side encryption, your client-side master keys and your unencrypted data are never sent to AWS. It's important that you safely manage your encryption keys because if you lose them, you can't decrypt your data. So it's a little bit dangerous. So you have to have a good security. Your IT better have their. This is sort of the thing they were talking about when Facebook fell the other day.
Yeah, they lost their encryption thing.
Yep, and because it's like Cognito identity pool. Just sign in with your Facebook. How? So they had to figure it out.
I can't sign into Facebook with my Facebook.
So they're like, "Do you have so and so?" They probably had to find phone numbers. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
call them on a landline. Good luck.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Good luck.
and then it says this is how client side encryption works using client side master keys. When uploading, you provide a client side master key to the S3 encryption client. The client uses the master key only to encrypt the data encryption key that it generates randomly. And then it says the process encryption client generates a one time use symmetric key, also known as data encryption key or data key locally. It uses the data key to encrypt the data of a single S3 object. The client generates a separated data key for each object. The client uploads the encrypted data to S3 and saves the encrypted data key as object metadata. This is kind of cool, I think. So
Yeah,
it'll look like this in Amazon
yeah.
S3, and then when downloading, the client downloads the encrypted object from Amazon S3 using the material from the object's metadata. The client determines which master key to use to decrypt the data key. The client uses that master key to decrypt the data and then uses the data key to decrypt the object. Hence, the correct answer is use S3 client-side encryption with a client-side master key.
Perfect. Excellent.
Ugh, burp. Excuse me. Question 6. Category.
Question. Answer.
Query.
Wrong.
Did you watch Free Guy?
Huh?
Did you watch the movie Free Guy?
Vid guy?
Free. Like freedom. Free.
Free guy? No, never seen that.
Okay. You should watch it. It's funny. You just reminded me of it because a dumb version of Ryan Reynolds' character, the big like version of him appears and goes catchphrase and stuff like that. Because he wasn't fully loaded. He's a computer program. Anyway,
Yeah.
a cryptocurrency trading platform is using API built in AWS Lambda and API Gateway due to the recent news and rumors about the upcoming price surge of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. It is expected that the trading platform would have a significant increase in site visitors and new users in the coming days ahead. In this scenario, how can you protect the back-end systems of this platform from traffic spikes? Enable throttling.
Yeah, I think we may have been given this answer, which happens in your real test, by the way.
I've noticed that.
But is it a false flag?
But before we do that, use CloudFront in front of the API gateway to act as a cache.
No.
Do computer people say cache or cache? Yeah, I say cache.
Cache or cache.
Give me
cache or cache.
I'll say I'm being cache if I'm being funny. Like I say, This is not my first rodeo.
Cached.
Mm-hmm.
That information is cached.
Move the Lambda function at VPC? Nah. Switch from using AWS Lambda and API Gateway to a more scalable and highly available architecture using EC2 instance and CLB and auto-scaling.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, how would it protect it from traffic spikes? That doesn't make sense.
It won't protect it from anything. It basically, if you can, you can have the same issues like the auto scaling. There's a catch up with traffic spikes, so it's throttling for sure.
Fair enough. We already know why.
Yeah.
Building APIs.
How long is that one? I don't want to watch it, but how long is it? Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I can go back. What am I on 7? That was 6. Let's see. Play. It is 43 minutes. No, thank you. I'll go back and watch that later.
Yeah, it's one of these things where there's so many services to learn. You don't really want to learn a service unless you have a use case.
Yeah. Like if I wind up getting a gig, I'm like obviously I'm gonna learn it inside out. Right.
Well, if they use it, not everybody uses API Gateway.
Well, I'm just saying, like any of the services in AWS, if somebody wants to get me to do some security thing because I understand it, obviously I'm going to learn everything I can to. Yeah. But anyway, question 7, designing high performance architecture. An AI powered Forex trading application consumes thousands of data sets to train its machine learning model. The application's workload requires a high performance parallel hot storage to process the training data sets concurrently. It also needs cost-effective cold storage to archive those data sets that yield low profit. Which of the following Amazon storage services should the developer use?
So last one is not it. The Amazon Elastic File System is not it. That's for connecting multi-instance machines together, the same file system. Yeah, I think we've had this one, and I think you've already got.
Do you think that's right?
Yeah.
So, tell you my reasoning for it is it's actually mostly this because
it's also EBS.
There's this. Sorry, mostly these two words.
Yeah.
And a solid state drive.
Yeah.
For hot and cold storage, respectively. Yep. Provisioned IOPS. Like, I just feel like that's it. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Nope, I was wrong. So close. Hot. Let's look why it's that. What did I say? Use Amazon FX for Lustre and Amazon iOS SSD. So that was a false flag for me. The SSD thing is incorrect because the Internet of Things volumes are designed as a hot storage to meet the needs of I/O intensive workloads. EBS has a storage option called Cold HDD, but it's not used for storing cold data. Fair enough. In addition, EBS Cold HDD is a lot more expensive. You said high performance, not cheap, than using Amazon S3 Glacier and Glacier Deep Archive. So why is this one right? Hot storage refers to the storage that keeps frequently accessed data. Hot data. Warm storage refers to less frequently accessed data. Warm data. Cold storage, rarely accessed data. In terms of pricing, the colder the data, the cheaper it is to store, and the costlier it is when needed. Amazon FX is a high-performance system for fast processing of workloads. It's a popular open-source parallel file system which stores data across multiple networks. File servers to maximize performance and reduce bottlenecks. Okay.
Go scroll up there. Was that go? No. Down. I don't know. Up or down. There was answers below. Keep going below.
No,
okay, wait. 1, 2. Number 1. The question has 2 requirements. Question has 2 requirements: high performance, parallel hot storage. And what was the other one? I don't know where it is.
It also needs cost-effective cold storage to archive those data sets.
It does say cost-effective.
Oh, it does? I got to slow down, see?
Yeah.
So FSS for Amazon S3 for hot and cold storage, respectively.
That's probably exactly what it says in those 2 things. Cost-effective cold storage, yeah.
Oh, it's saying, I see. This question has 2.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. In this case, we can use Amazon FSX for Lustre for the first requirement, as it provides a high-performance parallel file system for hot data. On the second requirement, you can use Amazon S3 for storing the cold data, because Amazon S3 supports a cold storage system via Glacier. My favorite.
Yeah, your favorite.
All right.
Cold storage.
Fair enough. I didn't know that. Company has a hybrid cloud architecture that connects their on-premises data center and cloud infrastructure in AWS. They require a durable storage for backup for their corporate documents and on-premises, and a local cache that provides low latency access to their recently accessed data to reduce the data egress charges. These documents must be stored and retrieved from AWS via the server message block protocol. These files must immediately be accessed within minutes for 6 months and are archived for another decade to meet the data compliance. Which of the following is best and most cost-effective approach to implement the scenario? Glacier. That's part of it.
Life cycle policy. So
Glacier is in every answer.
life cycle clauses in everyone, yeah.
Low latency access to to reduce data, the documents must be stored and retrieved via the message block protocol. These files must be immediately accessible within 6 months and after 6 months. So is there a TTL answer?
Yeah. So snowmobile is like a hardware thing.
Okay, there's
So
there's a life cycle policy on this one, which is
yeah,
good.
no, they got life cycle policy on everyone. Saw that.
Oh, so they do EBS snapshots to an S3 bucket, then later to
Yeah, so I don't think it's
a new tape gateway. Tape, huh? Tape.
yeah, I think it's funny because I think tape gateway is actually a thing, believe it or not.
Tape.
But I do think it's new file gateway for some reason. Yeah, that's my guess. If I'd put my money down, this is the one I'd pick. Oddly enough, I think it might be tape gateway, just because fucking with us. I mean,
false
messing
flag.
with us.
False flag. I'll add a beep to that later. Okay. I want a local cache as well.
Yeah, and that's what the file gateway gives you. Direct Connect doesn't give you a cache. Snowmobile doesn't give you a cache.
Okay.
Gateway doesn't give you a cache.
All right.
That's why I think it's not.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, it'll say something about a cache in there.
Yeah, I won't read the whole thing because it's long. It's really long, but I'll.
Yeah. You see the word cache? See anything?
I'm just looking.
I don't see it.
So it's just talking. That's just talking about the AWS. Like you could do standard infrequent access, one zone infrequent access, Glacier with a lifecycle policy. Maybe. Well, okay. I'll read the first one then. I'm just gonna read it, but not read it out loud.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Gateway provides access to objects S3 files as file share mount points.
Yep. So you can store using the NFS version. You can retrieve files. With those protocols, you can access your data directly in Amazon S3 from any cloud application, and you can manage your S3 data using life cycle policies, cross-region replication, versioning. You can think of a file gateway as a file system mount on S3. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like mounting a hard drive in Linux.
Fair enough. An application that records weather data every minute is deployed in a fleet of Spot instances and uses a MySQL RDS database instance. Currently, there is only one RDS instance running in one availability zone. You plan to improve the database to ensure high availability by synchronous data replication to another RDS. Which of the following performs synchronous data replication in RDS?
Yeah, you already know this one.
I do. Let me read the question quietly to myself again, and then. Huh? Huh? What do you think?
No.
Oh.
It's a read replica.
Told you I didn't know. An application that records weather data every minute is deployed in a fleet of Spot instances and uses a MySQL database instance. Currently, there is only one instance running in one availability zone. You plan to improve the database to ensure high availability by data replication. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
it's this one or
Yeah.
this one?
No, the first one. Multi AZ is not. You can't do. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can do that or not, but I'm pretty sure it's read replica because it's
Okay, so
in
it's only in one availability zone. It's not asking about making it highly available in multiple regions
correct.
or availability zones.
Correct.
Oh,
Oh, you were right. God damn it.
but it doesn't say that though. Like that's annoying. It says ensure high availability. There's no okay. Like
Yeah, I think it just says currently there's only one RDS instance in one availability zone.
I know, but it says I plan to improve the database to ensure high availability. Well, I guess that's what that means. So if you think about it, like it's in one zone. So if it's high availability, it should be available in another zone. That's the only way to make it more available within
Correct.
it, right?
That is correct.
Within a region. So
That's correct.
it's
Yeah, you got it.
um
That was
when
my bad. That's my bad.
it's okay. That's part of learning, right? When you create
Yeah.
or modify your DB to multiple blah. Yeah, okay. Because I was guessing CloudFront to go to a multiple. That was because my first thought was this part. I was thinking this,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
I didn't think this one through.
So
There's
3
an
hours.
RDS. Let's see how long this one is.
Yeah,
See,
they're all 40 minutes.
they've done a lot of
Oh,
upgrades on Tutorial Dojo.
Samsung Relational Data
yeah.
Service is a
Let's listen to
relational database that is managed by both you and AWS. The time-consuming task of hardware provisioning, patching, backups, and maintenance are all handled by AWS. But you also have a certain level of control as well. You can choose and configure the underlying EC2 instance that will be used for your database, from its size, storage, instance type, and network access. You also get to decide the actual time when RDS will apply the DB patches in its maintenance window. Amazon RDS makes it easier for you to run various database engines such as Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, MariaDB, Postgres, Oracle, Aurora, and many others. You can launch your RDS database in a single AZ or in a multi-AZ deployment. In a single AZ, there's only one DB instance deployed within a single availability zone, hence the name Single AZ. The instance is called a primary DB instance. For multi-AZ deployments, you have a primary instance in one AZ and another standby instance deployed in a different AZ in the same AWS region. A standby instance is also called a standby replica, since it replicates the data from the primary instance. There is also another type of replica called a read replica that you can use to offload the read request from your primary DB instance. Unlike a standby replica, you can deploy a read replica to a different AWS region.
If you want to learn more on how to book and take your AWS
Oh, that's
certification exam online
Pretty good, actually.
or other AWS services, head on
Okay,
to our
I've-
library of AWS
Okay, I've
cheat
gone to
sheets
the next one.
on the
Stop talking.
Tutorials Dojo website.
Oh my god.
You can find the link in the description section
Still
below.
there? Still running?
Thank you for watching. If you like this
Hilarious.
video, don't forget to click the subscribe button and click on the bell icon
difficulty.
so you'll get
It's, sorry,
notified whenever
there's
we
a s-
release new YouTube videos. See ya!
This Filipina girl, and if you like our YouTube videos, it's like it's like the cutest voice you've ever heard. It's like an adult version of Zoe's voice. That's very, very cute. If you like our videos, please watch it. Like, it's super cute. I can't do it any justice. And I'm not trying to make fun of her at all. And I think that you couldn't hear it.
No.
Okay, well,
I can't.
I'm pretty sure that was John Bonzo's voice in the 2 minutes, because it just
Oh,
sound- it just like I could picture him from his photo.
Yeah.
An online cryptocurrency exchange platform is hosted in AWS, which uses ECS cluster and RDS and multi-AZ deployment configuration. This application is heavily using the RDS instance to process complex read and write database operations. To maintain the reliability, availability, and performance of your systems, you have to closely monitor how the different processes or threads on a DB instance are use the CPU, including the percentage of the CPU bandwidth and a total memory consumed by each process. Which of the following is the most suitable solution to properly monitor your database?
Oh, does it say CPU and memory? What's it
CPU,
say it's looking for?
CPU bandwidth and total memory consumed by each process.
Well, and the second one, I can't really. Can you scroll it up a little bit above my head? I can't
yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
RDS console that shows the percentage of CPU bandwidth and total memory consumed by each data. Doesn't have bandwidth though. Right? Second one doesn't have bandwidth.
What do you
You
mean?
need
The question? You mean the answer? Like this?
Oh, yeah, okay. It's on two lines there. That's the percentage of CPU bandwidth and total memory consumed. It's either 2 or 3. I'm not sure which. I think it might be as simple as it's already there, which is what number 2 is saying. You can see that stuff in the RDS console.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I was asking about the throughput was I'm not sure what's not in the standard metrics for RDS.
So it's saying the CPU and memory metrics are readily available in the Amazon RDS console that show the percentage of the CPU bandwidth and total memory consumed by each database process of your RDS instance.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Although it might not show the memory, which in that case, see, EC2, in EC2 memory usage isn't a standard metric. So if this was an EC2 question, it would be enhanced, or no, actually it would be custom metrics.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about this question is that when I think about it, like you're going to want to, because you're not going to be able to sit there and watch this all day long. So you're going to want something that's going to send you a message, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I'm thinking this one. It might want to publish custom metrics which you set to track the real time utilization of the instance and set up CloudWatch dashboard to view the metrics, so it can send you something. And then unless that's what this is for, right? So
I think that's what that's for. But anyway, just pick one. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think it might be number 1.
Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna guess that one.
Yeah.
Nope, it was this one.
Yeah.
And that's like what we just said. I said unless this one does all that automatically.
Yeah, and it does. And I think the other way, the answer that you did, the answer that we picked was for EC2.
Yeah, but it says Amazon RDS provides metrics in real time for the OS that your DB instance runs on. You can view the metrics of your DB instance using the console or consume the enhanced monitoring JSON output from CloudWatch logs in a monitoring system of your choice. By default, enhanced metrics are stored in the CloudWatch log for 30 days. To modify the amount of time metrics are stored in CloudWatch, change the retention to RDSOS metrics log group in CloudWatch console. Take note that there are differences between CloudWatch and enhanced monitoring metrics. CloudWatch gathers metrics about CPU utilizations from the hypervisor for a DB instance, and enhanced monitoring gathers its metrics from an agent on the instance. As a result, you might find differences in the measurements because the hypervisor layer performs a small amount of work. Hence, enabling enhanced monitoring in RDS is the correct answer in this specific scenario. The differences can be greater if your DB instance uses smaller instance classes, because then there are more likely virtual machines that are managed by the hypervisor on a single physical instance. Enhanced monitoring metrics are useful when you want to see how different processes or threads on a DB instance use a CPU. And then what I said is incorrect, because although you can use CloudWatch logs and CloudWatch dashboard to monitor CPU utilization database instance, using it alone, CloudWatch is still not enough to get the specific percentage of the CPU bandwidth and total memory consumed by each database process. The data provided by CloudWatch is not as detailed as compared with enhanced monitoring feature in RDS. Take note as well, you do not have direct access to instance servers of your RDS database instance, unlike with your EC2 instances, where you can install a CloudWatch agent or a custom script to get CPU and memory utilization of your instance. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That all makes
Question 11. I think I got about 5 more minutes in me, Scott.
Yeah,
And,
I was just I got about 2, so that works.
Okay. A tech company has a CRM application hosted on an auto-scaling group on-demand instances. The application is extensively used during office hours from 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Their users are complaining that the performance of the application is slow during the start of the day, but then works normally after a couple of hours. Which of the following can be done to ensure that the application works properly at the beginning of the day?
Scheduled scaling. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's scheduled scaling. There's no other. Because you schedule the scaling to start at the beginning of the day when you know that you're going to get hit, because that's what it's saying, right? Normally after a couple of hours, so it spins up all the instances that it needs eventually to get the work done. But if you know it's going to happen every day, you can configure scheduled scaling to automatically do up what you need, like at 9 o'clock. So you need 20 instances at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Here you are, because everybody arrives. Like my work's 8:30 till 5. Nobody's there before 8:30 usually. So or like a couple of people there at 8. So you started at 8.
Yeah.
Cool.
Start 8 o'clock. And they also have this thing called Instant Scheduler. I think that's it.
All right.
Done.
Okay, that's we'll just leave it here, and we'll just next time we'll just finish, or we'll go through like 10 more, and can put a few of these in the can. But thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching the stream. Like and subscribe. Bye.